Oh, hey, welcome to my desk. Today I'm going to be drawing bears. Okay. So I picked out some bears. I picked out 4 bears that I know of, and I'm going to draw them for you today. And I am going to start with a black bear. A black bear. And from what I know about the black bear, it's descended from the sun bear, as well as the Asian black bear, or the Asian black bear is also descended from the sun bear, and it's one of the smaller bears that I'm gonna draw today. It's pretty small. I mean, it's a bear, so it's not like small, but it's smaller than a lot of other bears. They're not as dangerous as others either. And they're really well known for these ears, like Mickey Mouse ears. The black bear, especially when it's young, apparently, has like especially large ears for its head. I just find it really cute. And I think you'll notice a pattern with the positions of these bears. They're all in cute poses. And I honestly didn't even mean to do that, but it just ended up being the ones I chose. And I think I want to color these today, and I'm going to start here with the snout, which is a slightly like beige color here, and then the rest of the coat is pretty much just black. And I've heard that not all black bears are actually black, but most of them are. But I think they can come also in brown, or like even some of them are white randomly. But I do think that the black is just the classic, you know? And I wanted to draw the classic. The namesake. What else about black bears? So they are omnivores, I did read. But I think that they don't eat a lot of meat, and their diet depends on like what season of the year it is. And I think they do eat some fish, but mostly just like berries and stuff. And what's that phrase? If it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. So I think you can, like, if you run into a black bear, you can give it a punch on the nose, I've heard, and it will go away. Doesn't like confrontation. I can relate. But yeah, yeah, definitely one of the cuter of the bears, of the types of bears, in my opinion. I think, whatever you want about any other bear, but the black bear is very cute, can't deny. And I think that should be it. I'm not crazy about the way I colored this. Maybe I'll give it a little bit more dimension here at the bottom. I don't know. Just to make it look a bit smoother. But, I don't know. I guess the mess is also fine. Okay. So that is the black bear. And the next type of bear that I'm going to draw is the grizzly bear. And the grizzly bear is very similar to, well, it is actually the same species as the brown bear, but it's just like a bigger version. I think just somehow certain areas, maybe where there's more food or something, I'm not sure, but they get to be bigger somehow. And I found this photo. I just thought it was really, really cute. The way it was just like lying up against this log. So I just thought, okay, let me do this one. It's a shame how bears are really dangerous, because I just think they are so, so cute, and I would love to give one a big hug without getting murked. But I guess I can just at least enjoy the look of them and how cute they are from afar without endangering my life. Okay, let's see facts about grizzly bears. What are some facts? They don't actually let me go there. Actually, I was trying to think of a fact and I couldn't. They're very, what did I read? They're very intelligent. They can smell from a really far away any possible prey or, food from afar up to a mile away, is what I read. They're also one of the biggest of the bears I'm going to draw. I think the second biggest next to polar bears. And let's see what else. They're native to North America. Oh, they're actually the same, not the same, but they can breed with polar bears. Polar bears and grizzly bears share enough DNA that they're able to procreate successfully. I think they might actually be, like, if not the same species, but the same parent species, whatever. And one of them is just white because of the environment or something like that. I can't remember exactly. What else? I'm not sure. I can't think of anything. But I'm just adding in some areas of, like, a bit darker, just to add some dimension to the drawing, and add, make it look a little bit more finished, I guess, even though I'm not really, again, doing a super neat job, just filling this in as quickly as possible. But still trying to make it look a little bit good. Okay, so that's the grizzly bear. Oh, one thing I did remember is that grizzly bears, and also I think like black bears, have been like recognized. I don't know what the word is. Like they've been seen in many instances, like admiring landscapes, which leads scientists to think that they have a sense of beauty, which I think is really cute. Okay, so the next bear that I'm going to draw today is a panda bear. And the panda bear is native to Asia. It's pretty big, solitary, and vegetarian bear. It only eats one thing, and that is bamboo. It only eats bamboo. But the problem with bamboo is that it has almost no nutritional benefits. So the panda basically has to just spend all of its time eating bamboo in order to stay alive. Which is maybe why for many, many years it was an endangered animal, or part of why, obviously. But because it became kind of like this emblematic species that represented the endangerment of animals, a lot of people paid attention, and it became not endangered anymore. The WWF, the World Wildlife Foundation, I think it's called, uses the image of a panda as its logo, which I think is a big contributing factor to what I just said. And I do think that they're probably one of the cutest, probably the cutest bear that is out there. The reason it looks so particular is because of its native habitat, which is often very snowy and rocky. So it acts as a perfect camouflage for that environment. And I'm just going in now with some black to color in these black areas. And I'm wondering if I'm gonna go lightly in here for the eyes so that you can still see the pupils. And let's see, what else about pandas? Oh yeah, the whole thing about the bamboo is actually kind of weird, because biologically, or not biologically, anatomically, the panda should be a carnivore. It should be able to just eat meat. But it's not. It chooses only to eat bamboo. And I think in general, I've heard that there's a lot of characteristics about pandas that make them not like the most amazing survivalists. I'm gonna add this like slightly off-white, just to give some color to the white parts, and also because obviously it's not pure white, the white parts of the panda. But yeah, like I was saying, the panda is often thought of as like a pretty dumb animal, but cute and lovable. And it's solitary in the wild, but it's been shown to have like a lot of a lot of affection and connection with its human caretakers in zoos and stuff. And they even start to imitate them. Like, there was a story about this guy who taught a panda how to break the bamboo so that he could eat it. But because it was really hard for the guy, he would like wince when he was breaking it. So the panda started wincing, even though it was strong enough to just break it easily. Which I just think is really, really cute. It thought that it was like a necessary part of the process. So, anyways, pretty cute, pretty cute. And I think, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I might be just doing more harm than good at this point, so I'm done with that. Okay, so that was the panda. And I have one more bear that I'm going to draw. And I'm going to draw the polar bear. The polar bear. This is the bear that you do not want to mess with. As cute as it is, they are just like the apex predator. Excellent hunters and just incredibly violent. So, yeah, and going back to that phrase of if it's white, say goodnight. If you see a polar bear, there's nothing you can do by the time it's near you. They run incredibly fast. They can swim for hours. They can go for very, very long without eating anything at all. What else? Just scary animal. But cute at the same time. I don't know. Yeah, I do think it's a shame. But, it is endangered. It is an endangered animal. For many reasons, obviously. But, most importantly, the melting glaciers in its main habitat due to climate change. So that's a problem, but it's definitely something people are looking into. So hopefully we can still save the polar bears. And I'm just going in with this same off-white color as before, because polar bear is not completely white. And I'm going to go on top here with this little bit darker yellow in certain spots, just to add a bit of dimension again, and the indication of, some maybe wetter parts of the fur, dirtier, whatever, So that's gonna be, just about it for the polar bear. Alright, so yeah, that's the polar bear. And that is the last of the bears that I'm going to draw today. Well, I hope you like this one. Let me know in the comments if you like bears, or if you have a favorite. And I will see you in the next one.